Keaton and Russell here, folks, interrupting our summer vacation to bring you this breaking news. Look at this dedication. Look at this dedication.
Vacation, all I ever wanted.
That's right.
Vacation. Yeah.
Russell's birthday yesterday. He's away in New Hampshire. I'm on my modified paternity leave. But here we are. Huge news. Kamala Harris was in Michigan yesterday for a very well-attended rally. But some in attendance were concerned, of course, about the ongoing genocide in Gaza. So Brendan Gutenschwager. What's that?
Splitters.
Yeah, splitters, exactly, yes. Naysayers, haters. Brendan Gutenschwager tweets out, protesters interrupt Kamala Harris's speech in Michigan, chanting, Kamala, Kamala, you can't hide. We won't vote for genocide. So here's his footage. Shout out to Brendan for being on the scene here. So this footage is watermarked. Please go and follow him. Okay, so here is Jacob Kornblau's tweet. Harris to protesters repeatedly heckling at Michigan rally about Gaza war. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now. So we're going to see Kamala's angle of this interaction right here.
I'm here because we believe in democracy. Everyone's voice matters, but I am speaking now.
Your voice matters, but not now. Now I'm speaking. Woohoo! So now she goes on about Project 2025.
I'm here because an elite cabal wanted to make me president, and the first time around they made the mistake of letting y'all vote on it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That Southern accent is completely authentic, by the way. I come by that, y'all, honestly. Y'all didn't get to vote on it this time, and here I am.
Well, she didn't do that this time because she's not in Georgia now. She's in Michigan. So she shed that.
Oh, so it's just a lot of A's and O's this time.
A lot of A's and a lot of like a semi-Canadian accent at work here.
So Project 2025. Look, if he is elected, Donald Trump intends to give tax breaks to billionaires and big corporations.
Yeah, genocide. Very good. Shut up. So about this Project 2025, what you really got to be worried about, not the ongoing mass slaughter of innocent men, women, and children. Project 2025, which is a think tank book, not fully endorsed by Donald Trump. That's the real threats. That's the real threat. Not the fact that we have an imprisoned population being bombarded with 2,000-pound bombs, or I'm sorry, 500-pound bombs. 500-pound bombs. They showed some mercy and got rid of the 2,000-pound bombs. My mistake. Okay, so she starts out, yeah, democracy, okay, you have a right to speak, just not now, Project 2025, and then she snaps because they keep going.
He intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Don't threaten us with a good time, lady. Yes, queen!
Yeah.
Soleil!
Yeah.
These fucking people are so disgusting.
Yeah, no, the worst part of this by far is the crowd. Just the barking seals in the audience. Woo! Just shows no morals, no intellect, no nothing. All of a sudden, the genocide in Gaza is an inconvenience to the Democratic ticket. She handled this even worse than Joe Biden did. Joe Biden would just basically say, no, let him talk while security drags him out. You know, he would at least pretend to be like, no, they got a right to say, while they get dragged out by their arms and legs.
No, let him talk.
Yeah, right, exactly. He would at least do that. She snaps at them. Okay, so we heard the crowd. So now I want to go to this Twitter account. Some AstroTurf bullshit account. Kamala's wins. You know, they have Biden's wins. They have Pete Buttigieg's wins. This is Kamala's wins. Breaking in a remarkable moment. Vice President Kamala Harris just demolished individuals protesting at her rally tonight. Those individuals are Michigan Arabs who just a few weeks ago you were concerned were going to cost you the election. That's who you're now bragging that you demolished. You demolished. These are the people that she demolished. Oh yeah, be real proud that you demolished these Arab women protesters. Yeah. Real good. Really a great message in Michigan, of all places. This is what true leadership looks like, and the crowd had her back. Retweet so all Americans see this presidential moment. Ugh. Barf. Now, to make matters even worse, the Kamala's Wins account clipped the video to omit the part where she said, no, I'm for democracy. I'm for your right to speak. They cut that part. They weren't proud of that part. They were proud of the Yas Queen part. So this is where their video cuts in.
Intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
That's where they cut in.
Well, it also...
Go ahead.
It gives you no context regarding what they're protesting about.
Exactly.
This is just look. No, it is really frightening the way just unabashedly running a candidate on no platform, no policy, all on vibes, all on virtue signaling. And it's really, in a lot of ways, as you can see from this crowd reaction, this is what the whole Democratic Party project has been building up to just run a racially amorphous avatar and to virtue signal through that avatar. And that's it. Nothing beyond that. No policy, no nothing. And anyone who's opposed to this is the enemy. It doesn't matter why they're opposed to it. They're opposed to rightness.
Exactly.
They're opposed to rightness. Anything opposed to rightness is by definition wrongness. That's it. They have reduced it to just the most bare bones, just shallow gaming of democracy. It's just there is no democracy here, and they're just pushing it as far as they can. Hey, how far can you push the idea that democracy is a ritual designed to allow you to do Goldstein's 2 minutes hate a la 1984 and to bask in the glory of your own virtue? I mean, it's really politics as a religious ritual. You have no real control. You have no real power. It is all about taking the communion of Kamala and showing your obeisance to your overlords. And through that, you will be redeemed and made worthy.
Yeah, just a massive L to all of the quote unquote progressives who were so excited about Tim Walz and Kamala Harris, and now we have a ticket we could get behind and root for. This didn't change.
Tim Walz is for juice boxes for Gaza, so
yeah, right, exactly.
It's not as bad as Shapiro.
This didn't change. Kamala's policy on Israel hasn't changed. Neither has Tim Walz. We covered that in our last show. Tim Walz, very staunchly pro-Israel. So is Kamala Harris.
Yep.
You didn't think that protesters were going to show up at her rallies? What did you think? Especially in Michigan, you don't think these Arab women, many of whom I would bet have actually lost family members in Gaza? Wait, you think they're going to not show up to protest anymore because Kamala Harris and Tim Walz are now the standard bearers of the Democratic Party? This isn't superficial to these protesters. This is superficial to you idiots, but to these women here, and again, I can't speak for them, but odds are pretty good. Every Free Palestine protest I've been to has featured Arab speakers who have family members in Gaza. Okay? Yep. So they're not going to shut up and join your charade of Kamala Harris as Lululemon, as you said. Like, they're not down with this. So what did you think was going to happen when they showed up? And to people like, and you know, I'm assuming maybe you guys will do, I think you guys should do a segment on this on Sunday. I'll help you build it, of guys like Kyle Kalinske, who endorsed Jill Stein when it was Joe Biden, but now they're very excited now that Kamala Harris is the top of the ticket and she picked Tim Walz, Crystal Ball, all these progressives who all of a sudden, memory hold, Gaza, And they would be offended at me saying that. And maybe you didn't literally memory hole it, but you're certainly acting like you did. You're certainly backgrounding that now. And now protesters show up and she shuts them down, and you have the Kamala's Wins account bragging that she demolished Arab women protesting the genocide of their people. I mean, it is beneath contempt. It truly is. And look, I tweeted out something because she said, keep talking like that if you want Trump to win. And I said, you know what? It would be satisfying somewhat if Trump won, just to trigger all the miserable morons in this audience. And one of the reasons why I've been saying what I've been saying about the Trump campaign in recent weeks is not because I'm rooting for Harris to win. I'm not rooting for Trump to win either, obviously. We are post-duopoly here. But the reason I have been speaking as much as I have about the seeming derailment of the Trump campaign is because of this. A poll came out this morning showing Harris +8 nationally. Now, you can call that an outlier, but it's part of a trend. It's part of a trend. Trump is blowing it. These goons are going to get another term, possibly another 2 terms, because Trump is blowing it. So that's why I've been talking like this. But make no mistake about it. These people are beneath contempt. It is beneath contempt for her to snap at them like that. And for this main Kamala AstroTurf, juicer account to be bragging that she demolished those protesters. It is just disgusting.
Well, I've mentioned this a few times in my past life as a theater company person. We had a YouTube channel, and I did a very libby take on Obama. This is a long time ago. And that thing's got over 5 million views. That thing still racks up views. So when you look at Kyle and Crystal, hey, there's gold in them thar hills.
Of course.
There's a lot of money. Like, this is not the grifting side of town. That is. Those libs, they tend to skew elderly, lonely, and bored. They watch a lot of videos, man. And if you really speak to that audience, there's a lot of viewership there. They're not stupid. We saw what they did with Marianne. I did a whole video about Kyle unquestionably looking at the camera and lying to his audience, just straight out lying. Our theory is to juice his subs. They wanted a horse to back. That was why they tried to gin up Marianne as a serious candidate. But in the end, as our communist friends will often point out, you can never trust the PMCs. They'll always stab you in the back in the end. The PMC fall revolutionaries, they're always going to stab you in the back in the end. And when you look at Kyle, Crystal, these people, they're in it for the filthy lucre. They're looking at where their bread is best buttered. Do they want to be out on that limb as the pressure increases over the next few months that you have to back Kamala? No, they're going to do the same shit they did with Biden. They're going to go, this is really bad and we don't agree with this, but you have to admit that what they're doing over at the labor board is really special. That's what they're going to do with Kamala. They're going to do the same shit. They're going to try to have it both ways so that they're doing enough of a critique to hold onto the people who are, vaguely progressive or see themselves that way, while not offending the very large lib audience that might want to flatter themselves by getting a somewhat dissenting take that nonetheless does not challenge the overall narrative that we must fall in line behind the administration.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we are going to resume our vacation. We couldn't let this go without comments, so we had to jump on real quick, but we'll see you Sunday. Thanks for watching.
Road.
See you Sunday, everybody.
Please clap.